Before Nioh 3 came out, there was a lot of noise about how the ninja style was going to simplify the stand system, basically dumbing it down into something more straightforward. And honestly, that worried me too. But the reality is that after playing Nioh 3 for around 60 hours, I actually see it as a solid addition. I don't think of it as a full class so much as an extra super stance, because switching between the two styles is very fast. Yes, it's true that developers have said you can beat the entire game playing only as Ninja. It's designed that way, but it's also true that you can beat the whole game and Neo 1 to using nothing but an axe in high stance because of its key damage and starter potential. The ninja style reminds me a lot of, unsurprisingly, of Ninja Gaiden. There's a strong emphasis on aerial combat, on transitions between ground and air, and on weaving in and out of combat, as well as classic grabs like the Izuna drop or the countless one the Kusarigama has, for example. The move variety is similar to Ninja Gaiden 2, though with less emphasis on long combo strings that were rarely used because they weren't very practical. You can launch enemies into the air with certain abilities, but it's noticeably harder than in Ninja Gaiden because Team Ninja's intention is clearly to reduce crowd control, something they've made very clear with the change to human enemies is key regeneration. My point here is that nobody thinks that Ninja Gaiden games have simple combat to begin with, and while I personally still prefer the stand system because it offers more possibilities, what matters is that this is an addition to the existing systems. I see it as a stance with extra tools meant for specific situations. Team Ninja lets us recharge ninjutsu while playing as a samurai and weapon arts while playing as a ninja for a very simple reason. They want to encourage us to use both. They don't force us to, but will deal more damage if we manage both styles well. And we need to look at it this way. For new players, or for those who simply don't like the stand system, it's fine that they effectively have their own quote unquote class if they just want to play that way. They'll deal less damage if they never switch to samurai to at least use weapon arts when the bar fills up, but they're not required to engage with that system. In the same way, there are players who'll just use an axe or hammer in high stance and call it a day. But if they want to go deeper, the other stances are there. To me, that's good design. Veterans get more options to use within a single fight, while newcomers have more room for a simpler playstyle. On top of that, there's a lot of boss variety that adapts well to these new moves. Some bosses are very large with high weak points, or they keep their distance and cast spells, making them more vulnerable to the ninja style. Others are constantly aggressive, which favors playing as a samurai. In fact, many bosses alternate between phases where the viability of each style changes dramatically. And even within a single style, there are countless ways to play that adapt to different situations. Team Ninja has always aimed for combat systems with an extremely high skill ceiling, and I really don't think Nioh 3 is an exception. Personally, I think we'll really start to see what this new system can do once the higher difficulties are added through DLC. The first playthrough of Nioh 2 was always easy for veterans, which makes sense. It's meant to introduce new players to the more advanced aspects of the combat. Even for those who've already played Nioh, there's always a transition period to relearn the old systems and understand the new ones. After all, Nioh has one of the most complex combat systems in all of video games. I'll leave you with my Ko-fi page in case you want to support me and a related video. And if you enjoyed this video, well, this is YouTube, you know what to do.